What's on my mind? First, let me say to the creator of all things known and unknown, I love you, I honor you, I respect you. Give me guidance. Put your arms around me. Victor. Well, today, first, let me say when I was talking about the brothers, the Boston Police, Boston Fire, EMS, Public Works, I forgot our brothers in Boston Traffic Department, BTD. They are also locked in with the fight with the union, locked in with our grievance about hazard pay. So the brothers at Boston TDD, I'm sorry. Please accept my apology. Now, on to Michelle Wu. I want to talk about people, attitudes, power, authority in government. People, I'm tired of correcting black people, people of color, who are mimicking words from our oppressors. Michelle Wu is a person of color. Michelle Wu is a woman. And when I hear us call her out her name, when I hear us disrespecting her, when I hear us not putting no thought into what we saying, but we just mimicking and repeating what others want to say about her. We will give a white man who won the mayor's office some time to put in his people, his policies, his agenda. Officially, Michelle Wu's not even in office 2 months. And I hear people calling her out her name, calling her all sorts of racial, bigoted adverbs, verbs, pronouns, you name it, they all swinging at this lady. Let's think. The union, fire department, police department went for Miss Campbell. Miss Campbell lost. So they are scared what retaliation will come. That was their decision. We, people of color, we don't sit at that table where the decisions are made. We do not have a voice. So why are we mimicking them? Why should we be scared of a person who is going through what we go through? She's a mother of children who is subject to the same prejudice, attitudes that we go through. She has a mother, a father, a sister, a brother, cousins, nieces, nephews who go through the same things that we go through. If anybody could understand what we go through is her. So when we voice our pain, we have an ear that listens. I'm not saying that she'll do anything, but she understands. It's better to have somebody that do understand than have somebody who says they understand and they have no comprehension because they live under privilege. Now, we have to understand. Federal government says we have a policy into all ALL communities, state government, local governments who do not follow the policies that we set forth. We will stop funding them. 85% of all our money come from the federal government. Do she have a choice? No. Please don't mimic others about a minority person. Don't mimic your oppressor while he oppressing somebody else. Don't mimic them. They made a bad bet, let it be on them. Give her a chance. Give her a chance to govern. Give her a chance. Now, also, to everybody in Boston community, you know, Whitey Bulger, he was a fixture in our community. Good and bad. Yes, the bad been well documented all through. Been TV series, everything. But let me spout on the good and what's going on. The Bulgers brothers, plural, two, state senator, and Whitey, they kept the balance of power to Bostonians. For years, South Boston was a power base of Boston. Since the state senator Bulger retired, since they drove Whitey out of Boston, so Boston power have gone away. So Boston prestige have gone away. So Boston unique community no longer exists. Boston, as it once was, is no more. Once they got Whitey out, others came to replace them. Now we have a lot of money coming in from Chicago with their friends from New York. They are buying unique businesses that has been Boston. They are bringing in their people, and trust me, just like it happened in the black community all the time. Listen out, you local Bostonians. In our community, people are coming to our community that do not live there, that is not from there, open up businesses and take all the economics out of that community and send it back home. Now, on a larger scale, you have these people coming in from Chicago and New York, putting money in, putting money in, putting money out in, and soon it all, A-L-L, all will leave. If you don't know what I mean, stop and look around. Understand economics. Understand cause and effect. It's happening right now for the last 3 to 4 years. And now it is coming visible. And to Michelle, Miss Wu, understand power. You are government and you have authority. You need freedom. And freedom, not from money, freedom of choice, but freedom with power behind your name, for you could do what you know in your heart is the right thing to do for this city. Mayor Menino, understand who he was, understand power which he ruled Boston with. Understand where the power that was behind his words in action come from. Miss Wu, stop. Just stop and think. Don't listen to the people talking in your ears. Don't look around at your staff. This is a personal thing. Understand where his power come from, because he said it all the time. If I run for office, I will win. Why? If you don't get it, go back 4 or 5 of my episodes and look up what I say. What is power? Understand what is power. And know that it is in your grasp to have power to rule. Boston has changed. South Boston is no longer the beacon of power. They allow their community to be invaded by college students. Here today, gone tomorrow, not voters. So much of Boston is occupied by temporary people with no roots to the city. So the base of power, which is the people uniting together, is power. Not money bought base. That was only good for a season. But to be independent, you need to develop your own base of power. Miss Wu, you have the Asian community, you have the black community, you got the Cape Verdean community, the Latino community, and all your so-called white friends. You have the formula to be independent of every single thing. Work on that before your next election. Be free. And that's what's on my mind. Hopefully, good news. Dr. Weeks will be back with us, and we're going to pivot to the right, and we're going to talk about a very, very important topic. So everybody, come on back. Say good news, good news. We're going to have good news and good conversation. Next week, Dr. Weeks.